So really with polygons, all the regions is ever going to ask you about is rotational symmetry, and then what it's going to call mapping something onto itself, which includes some line symmetry. Rotational symmetry gets asked, I don't know, once every 3 or 4 tests, there'll be a question about, very straightforward. It'll say this kind of hexagon has how many degrees of rotational symmetry. All right, they're going to have to be a regular thing. Rotational symmetry means if you spin a polygon around its center, then it will line up perfectly on top of itself. All right, meaning that if you just took it and spin it, it looks exactly like it started when you go a certain number of degrees. Really simple little process. If it's regular, they're only going to ask you about irregular ones. Just divide 360 by the number of sides. All right, that's it. Okay, it's the same as an exterior angle if we still did those. We don't anymore, so we just have to worry about that. Line symmetry is when you can draw a line that creates a mirrored image on each side of that line for the polygon. You can fold the paper and it would look exactly the same. So if I just take a square, for example, all right, I can draw a line right through here that would create 2 mirrored sides. And if I folded it, they'd be right on top of each other. All right, so I've got that happening there. This is a little bit harder to do than rotational symmetry. There's not a direct thing. There could be more than one line of symmetry. If you think about this square, it could have one like that's not in the middle. It could have one like that. It could also have one like this, and it could have one like this. All right, so a square has 4 lines of symmetry. And like I said there, it takes some imagination, all right, to get this, or you have to fold the paper. All right, and then the regions actually ask questions about carrying onto itself or mapping onto itself. Mapping. And that just means that whatever you do to it, it looks exactly the same, meaning that it would line right up with itself, right on top of itself again. All right. Most of these questions have to do with pretty much just dealing with the symmetries that we're going to talk about here. At the end of this, make sure you do. There's like probably 25 problems in this thing, which seems like a lot, but a lot of them are 10-second problems. So make sure you jump around. Don't just do the first 5 and then stop, because you are going to see all types of things on the check-in when you get that far.